Hello dear students. In this video, we are going to see about how to make a user-defined exception using Python. So already in Python, there are a lot of predefined exceptions are there. Type error, name error, all these things are there. But we are going to create our own user-defined exception or a custom exception. So exception means the error which occurred during the runtime is called exceptions. So now what scenario I'm going to take it? For example, I'm going to get an age. If the age is less than 18, I'm going to create a exception called age exception, which means they cannot able to vote, right? So based on the scenario, so if the user enter age with less than 18 means I'm going to create a age exception. Otherwise, I'm going to display that they are eligible to vote. So now I'm going to create my own exception. I want my own exception, no? So for that, I'm going to create, whenever I want to create my own things, we can do only with the help of a class. So I'm going to create a class with the name as age exception. And this needs to be act as an exception, no? So I want to make this class as a child class of a predefined class called exception. So then only this will have all the properties of exception class. So this is very important, and for this class I'm not going to give any body. So this much is enough. For a simple exception, I'm going to teach a very simple way to write a very simple exception. So this is enough. So this is my class name. The name which I gave, you can give any name here. This is very important, and this class need to be act as a, it should have the qualities of an exception. So for that, I'm going to make this class as a child of parent class called exception. It is already there in Python. So now I'm going to get the age from the user, or you can also define it. So let me get the age. So I'm going to make it as an integer. I'm going to get the input, and I'm going to say enter your age. So I'm going to get the input from the user. Now, which code you are expecting that it may create an exception during the runtime, that you have to put under try. So try is the place where we put all the codes which seems to be creating an exception. That is the error during the runtime. Now I'm going to check the condition. I'm going to say if the age is less than 18, then I want to, now the Python doesn't know less than 18 age is not eligible to vote. So now I want to manually create an exception. For that, we have a keyword in Python called raise. And then what we have to raise is age exception. And you can say some description for that. Your age is less than 18. So you can say add anything, you check your age, something like that. So if the age is less than 18, I'm going to create a exception. Otherwise, we can create else part, and I can say print. I'll say you are eligible to vote. So that's it. So if the age is less than 18, I'm creating my own exception. So this name only is given here. So remember, this is the keyword, raise is the keyword, and I want to raise this exception, and then I'm going to give a reason for the user so that they'll understand why this exception is occurring. So that's all. And then I want to handle it. So when you see, you can see there is an error showing, because if there is a try, there should be an except. So this except is a place where you can handle it. So what except is going to handle which kind of exception? Age exception, and I'm going to cache the error in a variable called e. Okay, so now I can say print, and the exception is, you can say the exception is, then I can say comma e. So if there is an exception occurring inside the try, you can see now all the error has gone. Now, the here whenever there is an exception occur, immediately it will. If there is a constructor, you can put a constructor in the class. If there is a constructor there, then it will go and then come to the except. Otherwise, here since there is no constructor, I gave a very simple example for the exception, so I make it as pass. So it will come to the except. Immediately it will come to the except, and all the information, all the details about the except is stored in E. So when we print E, it will contain this message as well along with this. So now let us run this program. Please save it and run this program. So it is asking the age. Let me give the age is 21 now. So it says you are eligible to vote. So when the condition is true, for example, when the age is greater than 18, it come to the else part, and then printing there is no error, no, so no problem. But next time I'm going to run it one more time. And now it is asking enter your age. I'm saying the age is 12. So it says the exception. Now it came to the exception part. So this condition is true. So it is raising an exception. So immediately there is an exception. If there is a constructor for this age exception, it will go to the constructor and execute otherwise. It will come to the except part. In this age exception is matching with this exception, so this except will be executed, and this E will be catching all the information about the exception. That is what you gave here also will be there. So I said the exception is, so here it is, the exception is, and when I print E, the information about the exception, your age is, here we are saying the age is less than 18, so the age is less than 18 is printed here. So this is a very, very simple way you can write an exception. That is a user defined exception. So exception means the error which occurs during the runtime. Don't forget the part which you try or you think that it may create exception, that should be under the try, and how to handle this try should be under except, and give the exception name if you know, and as you have to give E. So this E will be getting all information about the exception created for this age class. And when you print E, that information you give here will be printed. And so if you handle this exception, if you have some other code after this, for example, if I say print, and if I say line number 1, so whatever you print after, if you have after this exception will also be running if you're handling this exception. So that is a speciality. If you don't handle this exception using try and except, then it will terminate the program in between, in the middle itself. So a better example for this exception is, for example, when you go to an ATM, the code which is written inside the ATM is perfectly right. How to withdraw and check the balance or all these things. So, but where comes the exception is when you insert the ATM card, you are asking for a money withdrawal for 2000 rupees. So you gave 2000 rupees, the amount 2000 is reduced from your balance. So in that time, after it is reduced and between it is the cash is dispatched to you, in between if there is a network error, that is an exception because the error which occurred during the runtime. So if you're not handling using this kind of exception, then what happened? The amount 2000 is reduced from the balance, but that cash is not given to you. So that becomes a problem, right? So this is an unexpected error which occurs during the runtime, because there is no problem in the code, but these are all the problem occur during the runtime. So if there is a network error, what should it do? It should again credit the amount 2000 back to your balance. That is one way of handling. So we want to handle that situation. So that is what handle during with the help of this exception. So how to handle the situation can be written in the except, the network error, or if the file is not available, those kind of expected error during the runtime can be written inside the try. So this is a simple example to simulate your exception. Hope you have got it. Thank you. If you don't understand, please listen it once again. You will understand. God bless you, Ma.